The race is on to drill for natural gas in underground Marcellus and Utica shale formations that stretch across New York, Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, eastern Ohio, and portions of Kentucky and Tennessee. The natural gas, which is trapped in rock formations that are 7,000 to 12,000 feet below ground, is extracted through horizontal drilling and high-powered hydraulic fracturing or hydrofracking. Water, mixed with sand and chemical additives, is injected under pressure to fracture the shale. It can take up to 4 million gallons of fresh water to fracture a single well. Once the drilling is complete, most of the water remains underground, but some flowback water returns to the surface, bringing with it mineral suspended solids and soluble salts. This flowback water is either sent to a deep well injection or an approved municipal sewage treatment plant treats it. Some water can be recycled for additional drilling. Hydrofracking raises many environmental questions, especially about the impact on water quality. How are home and landowners affected? Can drilling operations in your area have an adverse effect on your water quality? When and how should you sample your water to determine if it is being affected? What tests should be done on your water? These are all great questions. If you are concerned about contamination on your property, and more specifically in your well, you can take precautionary steps by having your water tested by a certified laboratory specializing in water analysis. A certified laboratory is inspected or audited by a state agency. You can obtain a list of accredited laboratories in your area by contacting the agency that oversees environmental matters in your state. In Ohio, it is the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency. A certified laboratory will provide you the necessary documentation and bottles for the analysis. These documents are extremely important should an issue arise after the fact. Now that you've selected the laboratory, contact them for sampling instructions, forms, bottles, and shipping instructions. Be sure to pay close attention to the instructions provided because any deviations from these accepted protocols can render your results invalid. So now the question is, when should you sample? It is very important to sample prior to any drilling operations and then periodically thereafter, or whenever you have reason to suspect contamination. The reason you need to sample before drilling is to establish a baseline for water quality. If you don't know the quality of your water before, you won't be able to tell if anything has degraded your water quality. How many samples should you collect? One is probably not enough. Water quality can change depending on the season, humidity, water level, and many other factors. So if you know of impending operations that might affect your water quality, then collect several samples over a period of time to establish base for comparison. Then collect future samples to monitor ongoing water quality. Public water systems follow this same pattern of constant monitoring. What tests should you run then? Well, the laboratory will be able to provide some guidance on this, but depending on your budget and level of concern, you can choose to have many tests performed or just a few analytes. At a very minimum, you should have your water tested for total dissolved solids, conductivity, and pH. Typically, these tests can be done for about $25 per sample. Significant increases in the levels of dissolved solids and conductivity could then indicate some potential problems. It would be wise to consider a little more extensive testing for the baseline testing. Alkalinity, acidity, sulfate, suspended solids, hardness, minerals, and heavy metals could provide valuable information and provide more insight into your water quality over a period of time. For this gamut of tests, you could expect to pay up to $250. Alloway is available to perform these analyses. Call 800-436-1243 for more information. If you have specific health concerns relating to natural gas drilling, then contact your local health department or state environmental protection agency.